You want to a life transforming experience as Pastor Prince Abah brings you God's Word with deep insight and power. God bless you.
I'll talk on a simple topic. Give me this mountain. That's my topic. Give me this mountain. And but before I get to the text that emphasizes that topic, let me give you a pretext. Let me give you a pretext that would be like an appetizer to prepare the ground for the main text I'm going to take on. You see this state, it has been taken already. Yeah. And it's you who will take it. It's you guys. Yeah. It's you guys. Yeah. It's you guys that will take it. It will start from here and it will spread around the world. But you will now see, when I start teaching you, you will see the things that must be in place for that to happen. When I finish the inspiration, I'll now enter the strategy where you will now do perspiration. Because how it works is that when you see the plan, it's time to build. When God shows you the plan of the ark, it's time to build the ark. So most people only end at seeing the plan, but they never build it. And plans can give you plenty inspiration. Vision is inspiration. God shows you the vision of the ark. Oh, you can be inspired by you. God shows you the land flowing with milk and honey. It can be inspiring. Inspiration is good. That's where it starts with. It starts from there. It can be so inspiring. That dream is inspiring. But after the vision has been shown, the next thing is that the methods, the strategy, and the things you must do to get that vision come to pass is another thing. Most people like the vision side, but don't like the other side. But it takes the two to make it happen. Vision does not happen when it's just in the realm of pictures alone. When vision is just in the realm of pictures alone, it can't happen. Vision first must exist in the picture world, and then for what you have in the picture to now become reality, you have to bring the other side, which is now the part that deals with the construction of the vision. The construction of the vision is where the task is. If I show you a prototype now on picture of a car, maybe a Mercedes 2024 model, I show you the picture and I tell you, this is what I'm trying to develop, this is what I'm trying to build. Once you see it in the picture, it's beautiful, it looks very powerful. I show you the interior, show you the exterior, show you everything, and it's all amazing. But beyond the picture, if I don't go to work, if I don't start assembling the tools and assembling the materials that I need, the metals, assemble all the raw materials that I require to build that, there is no way that vision will become reality. And let me even let you know that in doing that, you have to be prepared for all kinds of challenges. A lot of people see the vision, which is always in the picture format, and after they have seen the vision, they're excited. It's beautiful when you see pictures. Pictures are usually beautiful. Well, now when they take a step out of the picture to now get into construction, they meet several challenges, and that's where they get discouraged. What they don't realize is that what you saw in the picture must go through that phase for it to become reality. There will be. So that's why I said I have to. There will be. There's no. There's nobody has ever achieved anything without this. I'm telling you. The inspiration phase is that first phase. Vision is inspiration. Dream is inspiration. When I start casting vision now, inspiration is coming. Your picture starts changing. You start saying, so I can be this, I can be. But after that, the second side is the perspiration phase. Perspiration is a construction phase. To sit down now and develop that thing you are seeing in your mental world or in maybe a picture frame. That thing you're seeing, to bring it to reality. That's where the work is. So can I tell you, see the ratio. Vision is 20% of the work. Construction is 80% of the work. Vision is 20% of the job. Construction is 80%. In fact, I'm even tempted to say vision is 10%. Construction is 90%. I'm even tempted to say that. Hello, somebody. It's easy to see things now in your mental world. Should we try it now? It's easy now. Just close your eyes now and imagine yourself flying from here to America. You see, you'll be flying. Just try it. Just close your eyes now. Imagine that you have 11 Range Rover Jeeps on the way to the airport, and you are inside one taking tea and coffee. And then you reach airport, there are policemen following you inside the airplane into your private jet. And then you start imagining how you are in the private jet, drinking tea, eating salad, and after some hours you land US. Then you now imagine President of America coming to receive you from the airport. In your mind, nothing is impossible. Everything is easy there. Everything is possible there. Very easy. Very easy. Then you just imagine that you now open the bags you're with, and you are dashing everybody at the airport dollars, including the president. He said, President, what's your need? See, our budget is about so and so trillion US dollars. He said, don't worry, I'll make it so and so trillion dollars for you. You just dash him money in your mind. Have you ever slept in the night and you were dreaming something in your dream that looked so big, only for somebody to wake you and you realize you are in the real world? And you wish you were never woken from that sleep. Like you look at the person who even woke you up. You're like, who is this fool? Why now? Who is this enemy of progress? But I can tell you, the deception of the mind is that after seeing all that, it makes you feel good. But the deception in all that is that most people end up just living there, in their imaginary world. They don't take a little step further to go and create it. That's why many visions die without seeing the light of the day. A lot of dreams don't come true. They say dreams come true. Yeah, only for those who wake up and make it happen. Yeah, they say dreams come true, and that's true. Dreams truly come true. But it only comes true for people who get up and make it happen. If you don't get up to make the dream happen, nothing happens. The dream can die in your mind. See all the beautiful things that Joseph was seeing. How he was going to be this, how he was going to be that. All those glorious destiny he was seeing in front of him. You see how it was easy for him to say it. Do you know when he entered the construction phase, his mouth was even hard to even say some things. Because the roots to it didn't look like it. But that's where you're going to. Let me even shock you. What made these 3 million Israelites leave Egypt in one night? What made them leave it? Inspiration. Vision. Land that flows with milk and honey. They saw milk and honey. Moses was showing them pictures. They saw milk and honey. So they were ready to leave the cucumber and the onions behind. I found out something God does. God will show you the vision ahead. He will show you the future. He will not sometimes he will show you the construction. Because if he shows you what it will take, you will abandon the vision before you start. So Moses tells them, even Moses himself didn't know what they were going to face. He didn't know. If God showed him what those guys are going to do to him, he wouldn't have led them. He won't go anyway. If God showed them what they will face on the road, the Red Sea and all that, he wouldn't have gone nowhere. They would have stayed there. They'll say, Moses, if this is all the troubles we'll face to get there, oh yeah, be going back. We're not going. We're okay here. But God takes the vision side and presents it to create inspiration. Then when the journey begins, he exposes the construction in phases to you. He exposes the construction in phases to you. Now, the things it will take to move from the point of inspiration, that's the point of vision, to the point of actualization. That's the construction. The things it will take in your construction is what I want to show you now. That's what you came for this evening. So that when you are told that you're going to be globally influential, picture it in your mental world. But after that, count the cost. And once you know the cost, pay the price. This is the difference between me and anybody. That's why the world can talk all they want to talk. Anybody can say what he wants to say. Anybody can do what he wants to do. Anybody can assume what he wants to assume. Anybody can speculate what he wants to do. Anything you want to do. I will stay on the course until I see it done. I will never quit. May that same mantle on me, let it rest on you tonight. Yeah, because it's part of, at the point in this meeting, there's going to be impartation. You see me, once God shows me where I am going to, once he shows me where I'm taking the people to, all I is once I see it, and once I count the cost is what it will take to construct it. Once I count the cost, even if some of the cost I didn't count it, that's I didn't even factor some of the cost. But as long as I've seen this is where I can go to, it doesn't matter the cost. I will pay any price. Under the sun, I will pay any price. Doesn't matter what you say the fee is, I will pay it. Hello, somebody. From today, hear this. If you implement what I show you now, you will see results that will blow your mind. Even Satan cannot stop you. He can't stop. Let me tell you, God will always promise you your milk and honey land, but he will not tell you that the road leading to it flows with milk and honey. He can't promise you that the road to the Canaan land that flows with milk and honey flows with milk and honey. It's not even possible. The only place that there's milk and honey is in the promised land. The road to it doesn't have milk and honey. So why do most people abandon God's project for their life? All they were seeing on the road was thorns, thistles, persecution, betrayal, hunger, starvation. But this is not what he told us. See Jesus. Unto us a child is born. Unto us a son is given. And the government shall be upon his shoulders. And it shall be called Wonderful, Counselor, Prince of Peace, Everlasting Father. Upon the increase of his government there shall be no end. How can such a person now be born in a carpenter's house? And how can such a person be born in a manger? Then how can such a person go through all the things he went through? How can such a person be scourged by men, beaten by men, persecuted? They gave him vinegar to drink. How can such a person be put on the cross and nailed? Does he look like the glory they are prophesying in Isaiah chapter 9? But why did he go through it? The scripture says, for their joy ahead. Those things Isaiah chapter 9 verse 6 was prophesying was not in it wasn't, those things was not going to happen in the journey. That's what was going to happen at the end. The journey was what was going to prepare him and process him for that result. So what God does is that he starts your journey by showing you your end. God actually finishes your future before he starts you. God does not start you hoping to create a future. No. I know the thought that I have towards you is thought of good and not of evil, to give you an expected end. So the end is already settled. God begins you with your end already settled. So when he wants to give you your vision statement, vision is the end before you begin. So God will always show you the end result. This is your end, though. This is where you're going. But trust me, a lot of the times, the things you will go through to get there will be opposite of where you're going to. The things you will go through to get there will always be opposite. Read your Bible. All deliverers I know. Same thing. Joseph. All great men I know. Joseph. Same thing. Queen Esther. Slave girl. Daniel. They took him as a captive. Jesus, deliverer of the whole world. See how he came. I can show you more and more and more and more illustrations from scriptures, so that when you are going through a process, separate the process from your destination. What I mean by that is, don't conclude this is what your destination looks like. That's what I'm saying. That process is part of your destiny, but separate it. What I mean by that is, don't conclude that this is what your destiny, the thing you're going through, this is what your future looks like. No, sir. No, sir. Have you ever gone to your house, like for instance, this service finishes now, you're going back to your house, and maybe that your house is one fine, beautiful house, neatly painted, air conditioned, nice cushion, nice television, nice fridge, nice bed, everything is so beautiful. But you live here now, you're going to the house, and the road you're taking, there's poto on the road. The road you're taking, there's one smelling dustbin by the side. The road you're taking, there's one dirty market by the side. The other route you have to corner, there are all kinds of funny things. But you finally take that route and reach your house, everything there is different. If you endure, like Jesus said, for the joy that was set ahead of him, what did he do? He endured the cross and he despised the shame. That's what most people who want to be great cannot do. They can't despise the cross. That's the pain. And they can't endure the cross, and they can't despise the shame. You say you're going to be a deliverer, yet the people you're going to be a deliverer for are the ones who are selling you into slavery in Egypt. How does that relate? It doesn't relate. I thought because you are a deliverer, it's the people you are going to deliver who should be helping you. It should have been Joseph's brothers who should be giving him a helping hand to fulfill his ministry. Yet they're the ones who are. But it's part of God's plan. Because if that didn't happen, how would this guy get there? Sometimes God's plan is also using enemies to help you. And the help will not come as help. The help will come as betrayal sometimes. The help will come as gossip sometimes. The help will come as slander. It will come as even trying to eliminate you. But in all of it, the scripture says, for all things worketh together for the good of them that love God. He said, for the good of those who are called according to his purpose. For men of destiny, nothing happening is a mistake. It's an arrangement towards, it's part of what is in your plan. You won't see it as a mistake. You won't see it as, oh God, why this? Oh, it's part of what is in your plan. Oh Lord. Oh Lord. I don't want to struggle with time. But let me start by showing you. I'll show 3 scriptures only and then we'll end. 1 Samuel chapter 17. Let me show you David. See a boy who is going to be king. See the process he was going through. When I show you that, I now show you the main theme. I'm talking about, give me this mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to take the mountain. It's time to take the city. It's time to take the city, and nobody's going to be sitting down again. Everybody must wake up now and command his mountain to obey. Okay, we're coming to that. Let me deal with this first part. Look at this guy. He's going to be a king, but see the kind of process he has to go through. From keeping those sheep he was keeping in the bush, nobody knows him, just one bush boy. Then now see, start from verse 1.
Thank you, Pastor. 1 Samuel chapter 17 from verse 1.
Yeah.
Now the Philistines gathered their armies together to battle, and were gathered at Socoh, which belongs to Judah. They encamped between Socoh and Azekah in Ephes-dammim. And Saul and the men of Israel were gathered together, and they encamped in the valley of Elah, and drew battle array against the Philistines. The Philistines stood on a mountain on one side, and Israel stood on a mountain on the other side, with a valley between them. And when a champion went out from the camp of the Philistines, named Goliath, from Gath, whose height was...
Everybody listen, or you think you know this story. You don't know anything in that story until I start showing you. Listen carefully. Yes.
Thank you, sir. And a champion went out from the camp of the Philistines, named Goliath, from Gath, whose height was 6 cubits and a span. He had a bronze helmet on his head, and he was armed with a coat of mail. And the weight of the coat was 5,000 shekels of bronze. And he had bronze armor on his legs and a bronze javelin between his shoulders. Now the staff of his spear was like a weaver's beam, and his iron spear head weighed 600 shekels, and a shield bearer went before him.
So this is the kind of person you are going to go and confront to take your throne. Anyway, let's finish. You will see why Saul lost the throne. Fear can deny you access to your destiny. Saul was already king. One of the things that disqualified Saul from the throne was the fact that Saul was a coward on the inside. He was the one leading this whole army of Israel. Couldn't lead them to defeat one giant. One. God is not just looking for a good man to throw up. God is looking for a courageous man. God is not just looking for one nice man to elevate. God is looking for one bold man. One man who, in spite of everything that looks threatening, impossible, that looks insurmountable around him, he's able to wake up in the morning and face the giants. That's what God is looking for. If God finds that man, look at when God met Gideon. He didn't say, "Oh Gideon, thou good man. Oh Gideon, that nice man. Oh Gideon, that handsome man." You know, he said, "Gideon, mighty man of valor." Then Gideon now argues That no, he's from the least side. He said, no, that's not how I see you. You're a mighty man. And when he now corrected his perception and made him to really realize who he was, because there can be a mighty man in you that is dying small. So that man was one mighty man just hiding somewhere until God now told him, no, my friend, you're not meant for the bush, you're not meant for the cactus, you're not meant for the low places, you're meant for the throne. But there is an attitude to have to get there. So look at the kind of man that appeared before the children of Israel, and look at their king, the nature of their king, so that in this world you will not be like Saul. You won't be like him, because you can lose your kingship. For some who already have it, the lack of courage can make you lose it. For some who are yet to get there, and that's where they should be, the lack of courage and the presence of fear will deny you getting there. Cowards die many times before their actual death. He can be alive, but he's already a dead man. He can't achieve anything, because he feels everything around him is saying no to him. Let everybody say no. If you say yes, nothing can stop you. I don't know if I'm talking to the right people here. Nothing can stop a man who is resolved. You think anything is stopping us in this city? You are the one who is holding yourself where you are. Just arise now and say it is time. Everything will line up behind you. If it's not yet happening with you, it's because you have not resolved. I tell you the truth, nothing on the outside can stop a man who cannot be stopped on the inside. Can I say that again? Nothing on the outside can stop a man who cannot be stopped on the inside. Nothing. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let the devil rage all he wants to rage, like Goliath. Let all the Philistines gather against you and make all their threats. If you know what David knows, and if you would do what David would do, you would finally silence Goliath. You will finally silence the Philistines. Yeah, please. This night is your night. Something is about to break loose. Yeah.
Thank you, Pastor. Verse 8. Then he stood and cried out to the armies of Israel and said to them, why have you come out to line up for battle? Am I not a Philistine, and you servants of Saul? Choose a man for yourself and let him come down to me. If he is able to fight with me and kill me, then we'll be your servants. But if I prevail against him and kill him, then you shall be our servants and serve us. And the Philistines said, I defy the armies of Israel this day. Give me a man that we may fight together. When Saul and all Israel heard these words of the Philistine, they were dismayed and greatly afraid.
Are you seeing the issue? When what?
When Saul and all Israel heard...
So the leader is the first man to be afraid. Then all the Philistines, all the Israelites are afraid. You can't win that battle. Once fear has found its way in, you're going nowhere. You can't win that battle. Once fear has entered and settled, Goliath will look like a target too big to hit. But remove fear out and inject courage inside, Goliath will look like a target too big to miss. The first one sees him as a target too big to hit. The second one sees a target too big to miss. This is a good opportunity that we can't miss. Let's go for it. And there's something about God. He sees that nature and that character. He comes in and gives his supporting hand. He sees the cowardice. He doesn't want to invest anything there. Because in the kingdom, you only go as far as your heart can carry you. What to work on is your heart. That's what fear is. What to work on is your heart. That's where the issue of courage is. What to work on is your heart. Is your heart. Once your heart fails you, everything fails. Once your heart begins to go weary and begins to go weak, everything around you begins to go down. Anything that can intimidate you and anything that can finally make you afraid will finally stop you. That's why fear is defined as false evidence appearing real. It looks like it is real, but it's not real. The goal of fear is to make you run away from what is not chasing you. It's like mirage. You're driving on the hot sun and then you see something that looks like water on the road. As you're approaching it, that thing is running also. As you're getting close, you notice that the mirage is going forward. I thought it was water. You're not getting into the water. The thing is a mirage. It's going forward. So I noticed that even the thing you are afraid of is also afraid of you. Because if it is actually so bold, why did it stay there?
For the continuation of this message, please play the next track.